everyone. So this is just a basic tutorial on using the Pythagorean theorem to find isosceles triangle side lengths. So find the value of x in the isosceles triangle below. So before we get into this problem, let's look at some notes. So using Pythagorean theorem to find isosceles triangle side lengths. So first, divide the isosceles triangle, which looks like this black outer shape here, and divide it into two separate right triangles, as shown by this orange line. And then use the Pythagorean theorem on each one of the triangles to figure out the two dimensions, which can then be compiled together. Okay, so find the value of x in the triangle shown below. So we are missing, as we're using our Pythagorean theorem, so this side is 4, and that side is 4. So I'm actually just kind of erase the 8 here, because it's not really important to us. And it can be kind of confusing. So now our equation is 4 squared, and we're missing b, because that's what we're solving for, but we have c squared. And if you don't know what I'm doing what's called the Pythagorean theorem. So I'd recommend watching some videos on that. I'll be coming out with some videos later once I finish this series on geometry. So yeah, but there are tons of other good videos out there on Pythagorean theorem, because this is an expansion of that. So yeah, okay. So 16 plus b squared. Oh, and this is squared, which means 52 squared and square rooted. The square and the square root cancel out, so now it's just 52. I'm gonna erase this terrible b squared. Gosh. My b's, okay, there we go. Equals 52. So now we're gonna subtract 16 from each side. So b squared is equal to 36. Square root both sides. B equals 6. Alright, find the value of x in the isosceles triangle below. Okay, so again, now we're missing c squared though. So our equation is going to be 2 squared plus 5 squared equals c squared. So 4 plus 25 equals c squared. So 29 equals c squared. So now we're going to square root both of these, and we get c equals the square root of 29. And that is our answer. Okay, we'll do a few more. Hopefully you're starting to get this. Find the value of x in the isosceles triangle shown below. Okay. So x is essentially a squared. But we remember, we're solving for a squared here. This is a. So once we get it, we're going to have to double it. Okay, so a squared plus 7 squared equals 74 square rooted and squared. So as we've been shown before, the square and the square root cancel out. So now we have a squared plus 7 squared equals 74. So now we'll do a squared plus 49 equals 74. Okay, so now we'll subtract 49 from each. Minus 49. And now we'll get a squared is equal to 25. So a equals 5. So here is 5, which means the entire thing, 5 plus 5 equals 10. So that's our answer. Alrighty, 2 more. For these last 2, I want you to pause the video and try to solve it yourself, because that's great practice, and then you can see how it's done correctly after you finish, which makes it easier if you did get it wrong to see what your mistake was. Okay, so find the value of x in the isosceles triangle shown below. So 8, so it's 4 on this side and 4 on this side. So 4 squared plus b squared, which could also be known as x squared, equals 8 squared. So 16 plus b squared equals 64. So we now subtract 16 from each side, and now we get b squared equals what? That's 48. So now we'll square root both sides, and now we get b equals, and 48 doesn't have a perfect square root, so we're just going to keep it as the square root of 48. And that's the answer. Alright, hopefully you're getting it even more, so I encourage you now, try again if you got it wrong last time. If you got it right last time, you can almost click away from the video unless you need some extra practice, but yeah. Okay, so again, 5 and 5, and this time we're missing c squared. So 5 squared, 5 squared plus 12 squared equals c squared. So 25 plus 144 equals c squared. 169 equals c squared. Now again, we square root both of these, and then we're just going to get c equals 13. Alrighty, and that's it for the lesson today. I hope this helped, and yeah, good luck on your homework or whatever you're using this for. Thanks. Bye.